been getting quite a few questions from people who say, how do I know what kind of gift I have? Well, as most of you know, there's the ability to be clairsentient, there's the ability to be clairvoyant, the clairaudient. Some of you have healing energy. Some of you have a combination of all of the
So let's
above.
start with the first one, Hans. How about clairsentient?
Clairsentient. Clairsentient is an ability to receive information from the other side without necessarily seeing it or hearing anything. And I've often said some of the greatest mediums I have ever known never saw anything, never heard anything, but they have what we call a quiet knowing or a quiet understanding. Now, Alfred had that in the beginning, and he was able to develop that, and he's still doing so. Almost everyone, Alfred, at some level is clairsentient.
Yes, everyone has the ability to receive information from spirit, at least on a clairsentient level. What that means is that you can interpret the frequency and the vibration and the energy of spirit. Some call it a gut feeling, some call it women's intuition. Sometimes you said, I just feel I should do this or say that.
It's just a
That
quiet
is
knowing.
clairsentient. Everyone has that. The question is whether or not you pay attention to it.
Now, in the classes that we give online and in person, one of our jobs is to help you to understand the call signs for what you do have. And many of you, I'm very delighted to say, have begun to work with your clairsentient abilities, begun to help open some doors for you. And this really makes a difference when you get an impression and then you follow through with the impression and you say, oh my gosh, I knew that. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew it. So for a little bit longer, I'd like to talk about what are the possibilities in being clairsentient. And one of the possibilities is to walk with your hand holding spirit. In other words, to believe that you are being given and fed information, not questioning it whatsoever, just knowing it. And when you do that, the sort of the broadband of your intuitive development sort of opens wider. And speaking of broadband, Albert.
Yes, and so what we're trying to say is it has to do with trust, faith, and belief. Trust that what is coming through is actually for you. Faith that there are people above you watching over you that are there for your highest good. Belief that you can actually receive information from your guidance. The more that you surrender into those, the more able you will be able to use your clairsentient abilities.
And the big lesson in this, Alfred, is trust and belief. If you continue to look for what you think you have, you're going to block it from coming in. Your job is to know you have never not been disconnected. Never. You can never be disconnected from spirit. That's impossible. So when you begin to understand, oh, I already am connected, I'm just learning how to work with this connection, the doors open even wider. So being clairsentient means I believe, I trust. How did that work for you in the beginning, Alfred?
It was pretty scary.
Yeah.
It was really scary when you first start trying to believe that there is something that you can understand, that you've never read, that you've never talked about, that you've never studied, you've never learned, you've never watched on television, but all of a sudden this information comes to you. That really scares the heck out of your brain.
It does. The brain doesn't know how to deal with it. The brain knows how to deal with what it calls a known, but an unknown is another matter entirely. So, folks, if you feel that you're clairsentient, then your job is to work on your belief system. That's going to be the key here, to grow that, working on the belief system.